In today's video, I'll show you how you can work with images in LucidChart. So let's get started. So first of all is that I have my image right here. So the first method on how you'd be able to import this image is that you can just drag this into Lucid, and then as you can see, it will now be imported with a transparent background. So this is one of the features that I like here in Lucid because it actually detects that the background is transparent. Unlike other platforms where if you have a transparent background, it will be a white background when it's exported, so you would have to remove it from there. But as for this one, it's already transparent. And next is that you could also import an image by clicking here into the image section on the left side or the left menu. From here, you can now see their stock images right here. You could choose from here like icons, GIFs, and so on. Or if you'd want to upload your own, you can click here and then you can go for image, GIF, or OneDrive. You can go for image and then select your image right here. For example, this one, as you can see, I have now imported this right here. And now that you know how you could import your images, the next thing is that you can select your image. And from here, you can freely resize your image. And then you could also connect your image depending on where you'd want it to connect. For example, here, as you can see, I now got this line right here to connect. And then I can create more as I please, just like that. And next is that you could click here again. And then now you have these options right here. So you could go for the fill color right here. For example, I'm going to select a fill right here. And basically, I'm going to go for effects. And then as you can see, I could also go and adjust the saturation, contrast, and brightness of the image if needed. This is also where I can crop the image right here. Click on crop, and now I could freely crop right here and press an enter once you are done, or escape button right there. And next is that you could also go for shape options. So you could go here and then you could set the opacity of the image. And then as you can see, when I make this bigger, the values here also gets bigger. And then this is also where you can flip your image just like that. And then you also have the round or the curve effect. So take this one for example, since we have a background in this, I can make that a rounded corners right here. So I could just increase the rounded value. Let's say I'm going to go for 50. And then now, as you can see, it is now rounded, but it's not really that visible because it's a white background. But yeah, this is basically where you'd be able to round those corners, as you can see right there. And another option is that we have this one. So you could go for the icon sets. So in here, you could select an icon right here, let's say X right here on this specific part of the image, which is right here. You can click here. And now when you deselect an image, just like this one, I could now see the icon right here. And yes, the icon is very small, so I don't really use this that much. But yeah, this is how you can put it if you ever want one. And now you can also change the position of the icon by clicking here and then just simply selecting where you'd want it to be. Or of course, you just need to select your image first. Make sure that you select that just like that. Go here again and then you can now change the position of that icon. And yeah, that is basically it for that. And now if you would want to add some outline here into your image, you just simply need to go here, navigate to the kind of line you'd want to be outlined. For example, I would want these dots right here. And then I could now go here to the pixel. So how big do you want it? So let's say 110 pixels right there. And then you'd now be able to see that right here. As you can see, we now have that border around our picture or image. And next, you could also go and hyperlink this image. You could add a link into that. So whenever someone clicks on your image, they would be able to see this link. You could also go for the layers right here, and then conditional formatting. You can make an email, and then you could also lock this if you would want to lock the size and position, style, or content so that you wouldn't be able to move it accidentally and mess it up. And now one last thing is that you could right click on the image, and from here you can edit it with AI. For example, you can generate a diagram and so on. So yeah, you could do this. And then we also have the copy, cut, paste, and many more right here. Add a comment, a link, crop, add to visual activity. You can export this image, copy or remove content, and many more right here. So these are your additional options on top of this menu here at the top. So that's it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.